for watching this video. This is Sheva from Berry Mix Journals, and you can find me over at Instagram as well as in Facebook and here in my channel. Welcome to episode number 4 of my 2025 Junk Journal Showcase, where I show you the different junk journals that I finished this year in 2025. I know it's already the last 2 months of the year. I just haven't been posting a lot here in YouTube, but yeah, I wanted to share the journals that I finished this year. There are a bunch more, but I just don't know where they are right now. If you want to see the first 3 journals that I showcased or I flipped through, there is a playlist down below where you can find all the rest of the journals. But yeah, welcome to this this one, and this one is a thick journal, so this might be longer than the rest. But this is, if I remember correctly, this is a design team project that I did for chapter 1 papers. So the kits that I used here are from Sue and John. This is the cover. It's a quilted junk journal, soft cover journal, and I just really love the print of this quilt. So pretty. It's back to back as well, so you'll see the other side when I open the journal. The closure is this ribbon, and then in front I embellished it with these paper florals, and then I added these beads. So there's layers there. I just love how it looks. And then the front, there is this doily, coaster doily in front, and then I added this heart made from the same quilted material here, and then I did a blanket stitch all over. I added this butterfly embroidery trim, and then added this flower, and then there's also this hanging I don't know, hanging thing with a label and this white paper floral, and then there's also this blue lace and another flower here in the bottom. Let's open this. So the lace, the closure I mean, goes through this heart here, and then you can remove it all together. The binding is just a sari binding, and then at the back there's this lace that's a pocket, and then tucked inside are just a bunch of ephemera, blue ephemera of course, so that it coincides. And then there's also this envelope. Did I put anything inside? Yep. It's raining now. That's why this video is a little bit dark. So you'll be hearing the rain. Apologies if it's a little bit loud. But yeah. So because it's a soft cover journal, the cover is really, you know, flip-floppy, but it's soft, and yeah, I just love the feel of it. Inside, there's this pocket with a vintage film and a what do you call this? A dangly. Tucked inside are these ephemera. Then the front is protected by this tray cover. So beautiful as well. This is a vintage wallpaper with some embellishments in vintage lace. So the sides will either have sari trim, vintage lace, as well as modern lace. This one is also embellished with a cigar label. This belly band is embellished with a milk cover. These envelopes are included in the kit from Chapter 1 papers. So all of these three, they go in there. And you would have seen these tickets that I like to add in my journals. So the way I add them is I just glue one of the tickets so that the user can use all of these three in some other pages, or even this one, you can just rip it off. Then this is a vintage document from 1938. I just love this blue pocket with some tags. This is a vintage Edith Holden page, book page. This is a seed pocket, like real vintage seed envelope. This is an embroidery or a sewing pattern. I just love the blue U. It goes very well with the journal. And then it's a pocket here on the side. Inside is this beautiful blue envelope. It's vintage as well, of course, and this label. Look at that. Chapter 1 papers, Sue and Jan, they have the most beautiful papers as well. So this is from 1940. Belly band with some ephemera and a postcard. She's pretty. And it's attached to a vintage, what is this? Document as well, probably. A vintage mini book page, bingo card, and label. This is a vintage map. So this is a map. I just love the blue color there, which can be used to embellish the journal. This is a vintage ledger paper. Vintage check, a tag, and then, ooh, this is a vintage document with lots of beautiful writing. Vintage label, vintage lace. Vintage ledger paper. I just love these onion skin papers. They sound super nice. Label, document. And this is one of those note cards that I just glued at the edge of the paper to turn them into pockets. It's just attached to this vintage book page. This one is from 1864. Very nice vintage paper. This giant lace is a pocket or a tuck spot. More vintage label, envelope. This is a vintage document printed in onion paper. And then I have this blue paper with vintage handwriting, just clipped using this mini, you know, the Tim Holtz mini clips. And then it's also, I also attached this envelope, glassine envelope with lots of cutouts or labels, which can be used throughout the journal. Envelope, envelope. This is a vintage document as well from 1932. Pockets there. Vintage document. Look at that stamp. Vintage tag. Some labels and an envelope. Look at this lace. Super beautiful. This is a vintage music paper. Lots of vintage ephemera in this journal. Lots of vintage papers as well. And it also has a lot of digitals. This is a, I think it's an envelope. Sorry. This is an envelope that I just opened and then turned into pockets. So those are, you know, pockets. Yeah. This lace trim. Belly band. This one has a perfume charm in this eyelet lace. Also pink tickets, label. This is one of those vintage scrapbook page from an envelope, or no, from a scrapbook album where you can tuck images here. So I just have that in there, it can be used throughout the journal. Some more ephemera. Look at this. So this is just one of those, this is included in the kit, and then I just embellished it with that cigarette label. More pockets. Then the other part, this is lace. Then this is a teapot. Ephemera. Pocket, belly band with lots of paper, onion paper, pocket, that postcard. Other side of that map. And then more of that, you know, page from a scrapbook, a vintage scrapbook, where you can add images. And this is the print at the back of that quilt. So, super beautiful. That is it for this journal. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Stay tuned for junk journal number 5 in this series. Again, I will see you in the next one. Bye!